Hey, Lucas, do you want some cookies? You want to ask?
Quesadilla.
What?
Pizza.
What? All right.
But we were out for Father's Day at at a restaurant on the South Shore on the water, and we were sitting inside, and we were right up against a window. And on the other side of the window were all the other families eating and doing their thing. And I see this boy looking through the window at us. I'm kind of like, all right, just ignoring it, whatever. Corner of my eye. Lucas is being great, by the way. He's sitting on his iPad and he's playing. And I'm watching, and this kid keeps looking. And I see him look, and I see what I think is like a laugh. And I'm like, all right, it's Father's Day. It's not going, right? Let's not go anywhere, psycho. Let's leave it alone. So I'm trying to leave it. And I'm watching, and as the meal's going on, out of the corner of my eye, I'm still looking. I see the kid turn to his family, and they start laughing as he's looking through the window. I'm like, I'm going to kill this family on Father's Day. And now I'm looking directly. I'm like staring at them. I'm like, yeah, what? And I'm like, they're having fun. These people don't know how lucky they are. This kid, they have a neurotypical kid. They're laughing at my kid. That kid's sitting there. He must have been like 12. Like he's 12 years old. He's laughing at my son. He's sitting on his dad's lap and bouncing. I'm like, wait, what? He's 12. And then I looked closer and I realized that he was just like my son. And his iPad was identical to my son's iPad. And that's why they were laughing, and that's why they were giggling with each other, and they weren't making fun of him. He was him. At the end of the day, I felt after that Father's Day like I wasn't so alone in the world.
What is this?
Thanks.
What is it? What is it?
Cookie.
Good job, bud.
Barely 5, Lucas was jumping for joy in the living room and showing his decibel-breaking excitement over a video on his iPad. I was down the hall with the door closed, trying to fix an issue with our cable service. Lucas's yells were still barreling through my door, much louder than I realized. It's hard to escape them when you're in the same house, and having so much exposure to them, I hadn't even noticed. The call had been somewhat frustrating. I wasn't happy with the length of our call, but the customer service guy was trying to keep me talking. As he was typing and waiting for a manager to assist him, he decided to make small talk by commenting on the shrieks he could hear in the background. No problem, Mr. Gutman. I'll get right on that. Say, do you have birds? Ugh. I knew why he was asking, but I wasn't in the mood to do an autism TED talk for the cable rep. It did strike me as funny that the shouts resembled birds, as I had never really thought about that until this point. I would have commended him for this connection, but wasn't here for an educational seminar. I was here to fix my cable box so that I could watch television. Birds? Come on, dude, who cares? Get me back Showtime. Birds? No, I don't have birds. The rep continued on, explaining whatever it was he was explaining. The high-pitched shouts persisted in the distance. Amid the discussion about cable packages and replacement equipment, this dude decided to stop and see if perhaps I had forgotten that I had a collection of exotic winged creatures flying loudly through my home. I'm serious. He really asked again. Hey, are you sure you don't have birds? Am I sure I don't have birds? What the hell? Does he think I have some sort of an underground black market feather business? If I did, why would I confide in the cable man? No wonder there's a 4-hour wait to speak to a person at Cablevision customer service. Okay, Palooka, 2 strikes and you're out. You want to play? We'll play. No, I told you I don't have birds. That's my son. He has autism and he's screaming in the other room. And we wait. And wait. And after what must have felt like an eternity to him, he responded, oh. Yeah, oh, can we fix my cable now, please? And that's how the cable guy learned that nonverbal doesn't mean silent. Be grateful you found out in a book. Lucas was barely 3 when we embarked on what would become our last cruise. It didn't take long for us to see that cruises seemed like an adventure best suited for pre-parenting days, free from the burdens of kiddie luggage and accommodating a nonverbal child with autism. Getting my overstimulated son to fall asleep in a room barely the size of a prison cell what we could barely do at home is not something I would have chosen on my own. Oh, and you're rocking back and forth during it. It's like a reality show challenge. It was clear from the second we pulled out from the docks that many onboard activities weren't designed for children like Lucas. My daughter could participate and enjoy the days of painting shells or whatever the hell they did, but Lucas was often left out. It was a true sign that we may have made the wrong choice, fueling a persistent guilt that I was failing to make his experiences joyful. On one of the final days, we found a small solace in the kiddie sprinkler area of the ship's pool. Lucas was visibly delighted, splashing in the water, spouting out a SpongeBob SquarePants. Watching his happiness momentarily lifted my spirits. We were finally relaxed, minding our own business and watching his sister dart through water streams when the outside world reared its ugly head. A boy, maybe 10 years old, approached us. He had been playing nearby, roughhousing without consequence. Then he came up to me and Lucas's mom. "He just splashed me," the little interloper complained, pointing an accusatory finger at Lucas. This kid was absurd. Not only had Lucas been in our eyesight the whole time, splashing gently in place, but we were also surrounded by cascading water from all directions. It was a sprinkler area. Even if my boy had done what this kid said, which he hadn't, splashing was the whole point of this area. Yet this kid singled out Lucas, perhaps seeing an easy target in a child who couldn't argue back. "Yeah, he probably doesn't like you," I said, meeting this little dipstick's eyes with a stare cold enough to send him scurrying away. In moments like this, I hear Brad Pitt in Fight Club asking me, "Where'd you go, psycho boy?" Leave my kid alone.
There's red. Blue. Red. Yellow. Blue. Green. Yeah, nice. Red. Red again. Yes, good job. Red. Blue. Green. 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 Yellow. Oh, I screwed up. I have like a million yellows left. Yellow again? Yellow again? Is that a trick? You think I tried a trick there? Yellow again. Good job! Sure.
I cut my son's hair, right? Which is crazy. Like people here, oh. When my son was 2, we used to bring him to get his hair cut. And it was awful. So we go in, and it's supposed to be autism friendly, very autism friendly. And now I'm picturing, like, from Facebook, oh, look at the barber. He lays on the floor with the kid. I'm like, this is going to be great. This is going to be like, right? Like all the feels and everything. You love it. You share it. We go in, and the place is packed. It's packed with, like, fire engine chairs and video screens. And we're making our way through the video screens, and we finally get to the thing, and I'm fighting him to get him into the chair. We get him up there. And he starts freaking out. She's trying to cut his hair, and he's putting his hand up, and he's grabbing the buzzer, and she's doing, and I'm like, and I'm watching, and I'm waiting for the magic. I'm like, oh, here it's gonna come. She's gonna lay down with him. She's gonna do something, right? Like, it's gonna be like, nope. I'm watching her stop. It's like a little cut stopped, and he's crying. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not gonna walk out mid-haircut. Let's just get the haircut done. And from that moment on, I cut his hair. And it was awful. I would do it like once every like 6 weeks. You want to wait. You're like, this is the worst experience of my life. I'm going to wait in between these haircuts. I'm not going to do them all the time. It's going to be terrible. And we would fight. I wrestled in high school. So I would take him, I would wrap my legs around his arms and hold him like bzz, bzz. Afterwards, you give him cookies. I love you. And I would whip my soul out every time I cut the kid's hair. And I couldn't figure it out. What is going on? Why does this kid hate haircuts so much? I bought specialty buzzers. I bought like a $70 buzzer that's supposed to be quiet. He doesn't care about that. He didn't care about the quiet. I bought a pair of scissors, same price, $70. They were just like the buzzers, except they didn't work. So that was their selling point. They were awful. And I would fight. And then one day I brought him in to get his haircut, to cut his hair. And he just stood there and let me cut his hair. And I looked over and I was like, And he's just like, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened. And ever since then, it's been like that. It took a while to finally figure out. Now here's the crazy part. When his hair got long and I would buzz it, it would pull on the hair. And he hated it. So the way to get him not to go crazy during the haircuts was to cut his hair more often than I was doing. But who thinks like that? Who's like, I'm going to do this awful thing to my kid more, and then he'll love it, right?